That went on for a while because I forgot I was doing a podcast. I was just sitting back and listening.
I mean, you have one fucking job to do.
I know. Hello, everyone. Club Trev.
Hello.
Friday, the 21st of February. We're at the Grey Gums Hotel again on a Friday night. We've got the tradie boys in front of us. Murph's here later, apparently.
Apparently.
Never really sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
By the way, that's Brian.
It's Brian. Hello, Trev. How are you before I introduce him?
Trev's going well. Trev's been working hard.
Have you? It's a nice change.
Yeah.
Post-weather.
Yep.
Hey, I went to work 3 days this week.
Really?
Yeah, it's tough.
Did you do any work? Or you just drove past it?
Just sort of waved.
It's like me when I go to the gym. Every day I go to Zoo Fitness at about 60k an hour as I wave to it. That's about my gym experience. I am Jim.
You are, Jim.
Slim Jim. Said,
grass cutter.
Yeah, Brian's looking at me.
Bryzie's here. Was a member of ours. Just stumbled over my words. Sorry, you say hello first.
Hello.
Yeah, so Brian's well educated, you can see.
Yeah, Brian was a member of the Wagon to Warren convoy. Enjoyed the weekend. Tell us a quick bit about yourself, Brian.
Brian.
First time on the show.
An old hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said you like it like that, nice and rough.
Yes, I do.
You said it's like messing with a cheese grater.
Known these gents for a number of months now, I suppose. I've known for a few years down in Trev. He's all right.
Yeah. And you'll be
Other
doing
than that, I'm a tradie.
Yeah.
Just a young bloke. Love a beer.
Yeah.
That's why we're down here at the pub.
That's
As
it.
I do. That's why
Mariah's
we're
just put a rag in my lap. What do you want me to do with it?
I was trying to clean up the mess.
It's kind of clean up the mess.
Well,
Just turn me
thank you.
sideways.
I haven't even made a mess yet. Give me half a chance.
Give me something to aim at, for fuck's sake.
Thank you. That's why we hired him.
Now, what have you been up to?
Working, like I said.
Yeah,
Working, arguing.
that's not bad. 3 days in a fortnight.
Watching the rain, getting ready for the
How is Lorraine?
final. She's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, after
Loud
the
at
rain.
times.
Ask
Yeah.
for Lorraine. Your mum's on a mattress down at the station.
Hustle Lorraine.
Lorraine.
Quickly.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go, Brian. Quick touch on your memories from, because you're coming to Ballo with us.
Yes.
Looking forward to that, and we'll give that a plug in a sec. But looking forward to that. And how did you enjoy your first trip away? For anyone who might be thinking about coming and saying hello.
Look, anyone who gets half a chance to go away with you, gentlemen, and I use that term loosely.
Yeah.
But anyone who gets a chance to go away with these boys, I'll tell you what, you would have an absolutely fun time. They're great. They're organised. Just take your own sleeping accommodation and organise that yourself.
Otherwise you end up
Other than that,
Has your back recovered
otherwise
yet?
you sleep in the back seat.
You end up with
Has your back recovered yet?
Adrian.
Yes, it has. Only just.
Didn't he
It's hard
look,
to put a
didn't he
6 foot
look
peg in a round
comfortable?
4 foot hole.
And then what about, you set off your alarm as well, didn't you, about
I
4
did.
a.m.?
4 a.m. I rolled over onto the key.
Yeah.
And I woke everybody up, which was cool because you know what? I'm the one that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's right. The worst thing about these is your first thought when you wake up is, please don't be my fucking car.
That's right. And it was.
It was such a busy place where, I mean, it just blended in with the others. I mean, we were in the middle of a hillside, weren't we?
I was a bit worried about the sheep.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you were.
They couldn't scout that
I
fast
didn't
because they're all
want them to get out of the back of the ute.
You see Frizy's up there, I could handle this sheep. He's there cleaning its teeth. You're going to spend the night with me.
I was claiming it's fair.
All the sheep up that way were skinny at the time, though. That's a problem.
But a great trip away it was.
It was, yeah,
It
great.
was.
And you've since
Absolutely.
invested in some sleeping.
I have. I've got my own
Arrangement.
swag now.
Yeah.
There'll be no more sleeping in the back.
It's not quite the Spielbergo Taj Mahal, but it'll beat the last one.
Yeah, what about Tony rocks up? It's like the Hilton.
Oh, wow. Hilton on wheels.
Yeah, the Hilton on wheels.
Yeah. It's 2-story.
It's got about 6 wheels. It's a lot of wheels. He's looking good, Tony, doesn't he?
The best was when we had to stop on the way home. So where was it? We stopped at Trangie. For a bit of a medical emergency, and was stranded for about 4 or 5 hours.
We did.
And Tony just goes, well, I may as well cook that bacon.
Yeah.
Just goes to the fridge and walks back out with 6 rashes. He goes, what about us? He goes, no, I only had 3 rashes left.
We haven't eaten for about 7
I know, it's
hours.
just- we'll go up the shop then, Tony.
Frizzy was in the back of his ute chewing his arm.
What smells good?
Yeah.
The leftover leg of lamb.
And then what about when he had 2 rashes left? He goes, I couldn't fit another thing in, so he just threw it out the door.
But we did find a hamburger joint, which was
Yeah,
lovely.
it was all right.
We did find a hamburger joint. That
Shout
was
out
all right.
to the hamburger joint around the corner in
Just
Everton.
right next to the pub.
The Trangie, yeah.
Well, everything's right next to the pub in Trangie.
Yeah.
Most of it.
I
Yeah.
think there's a pizza shop next door to the burger shop. So, yeah, that's been good. How's your week been?
Yeah, good. Good, yeah. You're working hard, as usual. Nobody gets away from working hard.
Yeah. And you just came back from Bali.
I did.
Is it first time there?
No. Well, first time in 20 years. But
so it hasn't changed much.
well, it did. This time I went.
What about the shopping centre centre on the beach?
Well, this time I went to Seminyak as opposed to Kuta, which most people used to go to. It's the place to go.
Yep.
This time I went to Seminyak. Oh, what a wonderful place!
Yeah.
Full of Balinese.
Yeah. What are the odds?
I know.
Yeah, what are the odds? Bali's full of
But
Balinese.
busy as, and I read a little bit of the history of the place while I was there, and it was, and in 10 years they've gone from being a village to being a city.
Right.
Yeah.
In 10 years.
Is that tourism or is that just industrialism?
Purely on tourism, because people moved from Kuta and went down and found that it was a better place to be at.
Yeah.
And I will recommend anyone who wants to go to Seminyak. It's a great little place to hang out. It really is simple. Within 15 minutes of walking or driving, or get yourself a moped.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Is that what you
mopeds
did?
are top,
They are
aren't
the
they?
way to do it. $7 a day.
Oh, beautiful.
I told you I wanted to sneeze. I told you I wanted to sneeze on air, and he goes, "What the fuck for?"
You got
Well, I
one.
did it.
You got one. But yeah, absolutely. Get yourself a moped. Don't worry about it. Make sure you're heavily insured and you're covered for it. But after the first 24 hours of making sure you know exactly how they do it, it's the best.
When I was over there, we had the two kids were little, and the wife's on the back. So the wife's on the back. There's me. There's the two kids at the front of this moped. I thought 4 on the moped. I am doing well here. Going around the corner, we got the biggest, pinkest, purplest. Went to the moped shop and said that one. So we did all that. Yeah, beauty. Mate, I know how to ride a bike. No worries, going through the town. Next minute, a bloke comes with his whole house, and there's about 12 kids on this. Mate. Well, he had me covered.
And he had the kitchen sink on the top of it. Yeah.
Oh, mate, he had everything. He was selling shirts on this side and popcorn on this side. His wife was giving toe rubs.
I worry about packing that much in my back of my ute.
Yeah.
And they've got this on the back of a bloody moped. It's unreal.
You had a good esky in the back of your ute that time.
I did.
That was
Took
a
up
good
the whole
esky.
back end.
Yeah.
And more than enough drinks for all.
Where'd that go?
The
I think we
esky?
had to return it, I think. But, don't say anything.
No, Sean won't listen to this.
It's around. That's coming to Batlow, I've heard.
It'll come to bat low.
Coming to Batlow.
There's a few people that'll be batting low. Bat low.
Don't bat high, bat low.
That's it. So we'll touch on, any other stories you can share from there?
Oh, from there. Look, if you're
was
interested in
good
getting
family.
tattoos, it's one of the best places in the world to get a tattoo. A couple of the lads that I went with got themselves a tattoo, and they paid probably, I would imagine, half of what they paid here in Australia.
And all hygienic and that sort
Yeah,
of thing?
mate, absolutely great facilities.
Yeah.
I went and inspected. I wanted to have a look, so I went and had a look. Great facilities, extremely clean. It's almost hospital grade
Yeah.
clarity as far as the cleanliness is concerned. And then do it. If you're going to get a tattoo, go there. I'll give a plug to what was it called? Galaxy Pub. It's the only
Yeah.
it's the only bar in Bali that you can actually have a bet. Owned by a good Aussie boy.
Yeah.
You can have a bet on Saturday races.
Probably Waterhouse, is it?
No, he
No,
runs.
it's just, I think
I probably shouldn't be putting it out, but he runs
I was
his
going
own
to say,
book.
probably try to get in trouble. But
No, but he runs his own book and it's fabulous.
I've heard,
And I took more money.
I heard
from him on
Frizy got
Saturday.
a fox chasing a rabbit tattooed on his bum, right into a
but I'm not
burrow.
showing
I think
it.
I've had mates stay there. I think same place, and they sat in the pool and waved him over. And
Yeah, and absolutely, but
Smashed him on a billy sack, right?
Did you win on the punt or did he win?
Yeah, I took more money off him than I gave, but I gave it back in the next day.
Right.
So went back on Sunday and had another go. But,
Oh, good.
Not as good.
Where,
Yeah, fair.
there's no horse racing there.
No, there isn't.
He gets Sky, doesn't he?
He's got it all because he goes through, I think, a VPN or something. So he gets it all.
this
You'll
bloke's
be
in
in Hong
trouble.
Kong
I hope
and
you're not
you'll be-
testifying if this comes.
And
Yeah.
I probably necked him now.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
all those people that are
it's big
listening,
bad and testify.
Adrian and I have nothing to do with this. So don't,
The views of
leave
Brian
us away
have
in the
nothing to
silver.
do with
Yeah.
Club Trevor or anything it represents. Excellent. Have you had a look at the weekend for the bets?
No, I haven't, but I am up
Are you-
tomorrow,
are you
first bet
betting?
for the year for the Punters Club.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
but I
kissed
haven't
that
had a look
under a
yet,
good
one.
and I like to leave it that way because if I preempt it too much, I tend to overthink it.
Yeah.
Last year in the Punters Club.
I got 1 week in a row, so that was nice.
Yeah, no, that's about as good as anyone. But last
And I had
year,
4 bets.
Frizy and I got 3 in a row.
We did,
good.
and I did it twice.
Yeah, he did it twice. I got 2, and then I got 3, and we couldn't fucking beat 3.
No,
And Tane
it's
got
tough.
3 as well.
Yeah, it was tough. It is tough once you get to week 3.
You won more than me, bud, didn't you? You won
Only
900 or something, or
it was about 1300 or
less
something.
than 3
return.
bets. Yeah. So, and I won about 700 and something.
But
And you got me covered.
and we've got yourself come into the
Yeah,
Punters
we got
Club
the
this
master
year, which is
now.
great. And he had a,
Oh, yeah, I
had
said
a
1
good
week
win
in a row.
first week in.
First week
What
in.
about he was the first reserve, and I said, you got to get this bloke. He can bet.
and proved his
he
worth
wins on
straight
his
away.
first week.
I will
guess
say,
he
I will
gets
say,
clapped.
we're trying to. Barney's now moved to first reserve, and he gave me something Wednesday night. He said this will win at $4.
And it did.
It jumped at 240 and won by 4, but I didn't back it. But, so we'll get Barney in next year.
Yeah.
If there's any
He's good,
accidents around
Barney.
here.
Yeah, he's
So
good.
listen to him.
Oh, Barney will be on Zoom with a footy on.
Yeah,
We're on
right.
Fraser. But I'm not sure how long our matriarch, well, not matriarch, he's not a female.
Patriarch.
Patriarch, there you go. Who,
Master of
who runs
ceremonies.
it for us. We're not sure how much longer he'll probably be with us.
They'll throw the book at
He's
him.
he's looking a little bit second hand at the moment, but he does a great job.
Big shout out to Hurdy. No, he does a good job.
Yeah.
Him and Mick,
Do
they've
a
been
great
most,
job.
been most welcoming. More than happy to take my money. So that's good.
He's quick to tell you when you're behind, aren't you? Like, I haven't made
yeah,
any
stay.
payment.
Loves it. You are
And he goes,
on the
You're behind
list
4
of
weeks.
shame.
You're on the list of shame. I went,
Yeah.
I pay every week. I said, I got a bit in front from different people, no problem. And people owed me money. So now I'm in front. He doesn't say a word to me like, you know, well done, you're in front. I think I'm still 3 weeks in front
I'd rather
now.
the last pub, Punters Club I was in, I won't name names. You'd give her $60 at 8 o'clock at night, and she'd forget you'd given it to her the next day, and you'd have to get witnesses to prove you've given her the money for that. Just leave me out of that.
I know you don't want to name names, but that's the Colonial, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Colonial.
Yeah.
You can put your 2 and 2 together.
Yep.
But
You only drink at 2 pubs. You're barred from every other one. Look at Brian. He wants to have his dinner. You got
yes,
no
sorry,
fucking
Brian's
home.
had dinner.
I'm
What are you
throwing
getting?
hands.
You know what you're getting as a
Brian's-
surprise?
Brian's had a lady friend buy him dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, because like Brian is a good-looking young
And
fella.
I did decline.
And he,
But
What'd she
what
get
about-
you? Is
what's
it a
she's only
surprise?
human.
That's fair
she
enough.
is only here. She said, "You want the pork roll?" He goes, "Yeah." Well, what do you want for dinner?
Yes. Apart from that, next, move on.
Well,
Next.
we'll get through the next 5 minutes and let you go and eat then, Brian.
And yes, and I may come back.
You're welcome to come back because we'll have a break as well. I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of people on Facebook. Your Devon, who watches the YouTube channel.
Yep.
And he said he loved the Wagon to Warren documentary.
Right.
So it brought a tear to his eye. And
That was
just
a lot
wanted
of
to
fun,
pass on
wasn't it?
The best for that, and everyone had done it. And then and Chamber, who watches on YouTube as well. So hopefully
Right.
this one will be out, and Chamber will see that.
Hello,
came
Chamber.
up and grabbed me and said he enjoys the show. He is a big car man, so we should get him on. We might do the Colonial soon because we've got some drink vouchers from them coming up. So.
Really?
Yeah, so, you know, Sean, if you want to keep us here, give us $100 of drinks every week and we'll stay here. Apart from that...
I'd like to distance myself from that, Sean, if you don't mind, from that comment. And, I think
Well, you
you
can
run
do
a
the-
great
well, I'll do the
establishment,
show by
Sean.
myself.
Yeah.
Lisa and Belinda both wrote in and suggested when we shared a video of the picnic races, suggested we try Tottenham,
Yeah.
which is out west.
I think Lisa might have rung Belinda or vice
Vice
versa.
versa to get us out there. Unfortunately, logistically, it's probably too close to get us up there. It's 2 weeks away. So,
Really?
Excuse me, gentlemen. How about I go and eat, and I'll come back.
all right, see ya.
Are you going to have dinner as well? Or?
Yeah.
All right, good luck.
Yeah.
right.
Don't bang the headphones when you don't eat them.
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Brizey.
Yeah.
He's going to eat. He's being hurried up.
He's a lovely lad, Brian. He really is a lovely lad.
He is a good boy, but
Yeah.
we may as well put headsets on Spielberger while he's here.
No, Tony doesn't want to talk.
All right, well, we were going to talk about the closing down of Holden this week.
Well.
Australian establishment. Do you want to
Oh.
be on? Now he's on.
Oh,
Now, here they
here
come.
we go.
I've never seen him move so fast.
Here comes Tony.
Yes. What do you need to add, Tony?
Arseholes.
So yeah, they've closed Holden. I mean, there's
Yeah, I'll keep them going though.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, Tony's got to move the red Commodore to get to the white Commodore, to get to the Crewman, to get to the Bellina, to get to the Astra,
Colorado's
to get
at
to
the
the
back.
Chimera,
Can I
to
borrow
get to
one?
the FJ, to the EH, to the EJ, to the FB.
I haven't got cars like that.
Oh, he's got them everywhere.
I've got.
He's got an EH at home.
No,
What's
I
it got? 4 miles on it. 1964.
You
It hasn't
wish.
even been driven.
You wish.
Completely rare. Pearl steering wheel. 179, I think.
I've got 4 VYs. Come on.
I will start with you then. Favourite Holden memories, Spielberger. What have you got for us? And you do Bathurst and you do 12 hours and stuff. So it can be whatever you like. One you've driven. More
I
you've
had, an
driven.
XU, I had an XU1.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It won Bathurst.
It certainly
Yeah.
did. Yeah, but we can't brag about that. So did a Mini.
I drove to Melbourne in 8 hours.
Did you?
When when you still had to go over Razorback.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, good drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be sitting on 100 mile an hour for a while.
all the way.
Yeah, down past through Goulburn and fly out there past come down that hill past the petrol station. Once you get on the other side,
There was no freeways.
No, it was just a
little bits
2-lane highway, and then it'd open up a bit to 4-lane, and then back in.
Little bits of freeways.
Yeah.
But I did 120 mile an hour, 115 mile an hour across.
That's fast in a little car. Like these are little.
On the outside lane of the Iron Cove Bridge one night.
Oh, really? That's a very big bridge too, the Iron Cove Bridge.
No, on that
it's about 300 metres long, and
on that little clip-on.
Yeah.
The clip-on lane.
Yeah.
I was out on that.
That's going into the city.
No, coming
out of the city.
Coming out of the city. Yeah.
Back up onto into Drummoyne. Yeah, coming into Drummoyne there. And wow, yeah, they were a fast little car.
Oh.
And we might talk to Murph later. He had the HX or the HZ, and I had a HQ.
Yeah.
With all, I had HZ Premier running gear on it with 350 in it, and had some good times in that. I remember when we were young, we had this theory. I don't know who told us, simpler times, but you couldn't get booked in a tunnel because a tunnel was federal highway and not state. Someone told us, so they were obviously having a lend of us, and we fucking took it hook, line, and sinker. So we used to take our cars down. And we go down into King's Cross, and we go, right, let's go. So we'd go through King's Cross and get to that tunnel, go heading into Rushcut, Edgecliff or whatever you do.
It's only a short tunnel,
and you'd be lined up, so you'd be in second gear as you hit the tunnel. You're already speeding, and then you floor it through that tunnel just so you can hear the noise. You had all the windows down. You had 6 speakers in your car. It doesn't matter, your radio could only put out this much power, but you thought it was really cool. You had 6. We'd fly through there, then we'd go back down, then we'd do a U-E and come flying through the tunnel. I mean, lucky we didn't get booked, but we had this thing in our head that it was federal, not state. But someone obviously fed us bullshit. Someone, young blokes, we're only 18, 20 years old, and someone's fed us a big hunk of bullshit, and we took it. So we could have been locked up. But I must admit, I got booked going to Wagga. And this is when I still had it when Cordia Turbos came out. So I'm past Goulburn in the black. Now I'm heading to Wagga. Like there's no street lights, there's nothing, and you're driving, and you had the old push button high beam, and I'm driving along, and in the distance, and like I'm up it. Like I remember Creedence Clearwater Revival was playing on the radio, and I'm up this thing. Like maybe I'm doing 110 mile an hour, 115, 120 mile, and the headlights in the back are getting closer to me. I thought, I'm on here. I'm on. There's going to be a go here. I don't know if you've ever had it, but when your adrenaline goes, you get a foot shake, and you're waiting. I used to get, like my foot used to shake, here we go. Like the radio would be off, everything's right, ready to go. And I wait, and then, and I did have it machined, and I'll tell you a little bit of the story. I had some work done on it. Anyway, this car's up behind me. I thought, here we go. Next minute, blue lights come out of nowhere. I thought, what the shit police car can do this? So I pull over to the side, and from the speed I was doing for a car that weighed, 1,500 kilo or whatever it weighed in those days, I pulled over real fast, and I thought, I'm gone here. But this copper gets out of the car. Well, he just yells abuse at me. This sergeant, he would have been 50-something years old, and he was a big bloke, and he gets out, and he goes, do you know how fast you were doing? And I said, you know what, I was speeding. He goes, speeding? And it's little shitheads like, I'm shitting myself. I'm in the middle of nowhere. He could have just killed me. And then he's yelling at me. He goes, and by the way, how the fuck did you stop one of these things so fast? Well, I had 4 disc brakes on it, where they used to have drum brakes. So a bloke I know, and I had 4 disc brakes, which was unheard of on a HQ. And then he said, and then I'm shitting myself, and he's getting into me, and he goes, if my son did this, I'd flog the shit out of him, and blah, 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 you need to watch yourself. And in the end, back in the day, he got me for 189 in a 100 zone.
Wow.
And he looked after. Well, then I'll never forget. And I was shitting myself. Yes, sir. And you drive away, and which you go to jail now. You go to jail 89 over the limit. You got to be on the front page of every paper. Well, then it got sent. But because my licence was still at my parents' house, it got sent to my parents' house. So my dad just opened it. And the fine was back then $400, which is a mozza. $400 is a shitload. Well, didn't my parents go off? 189, not more than 90 over the limit. That's what he got me for. And so that was my learning curve in a Holden.
I got 160-something Ks in a 60 zone.
100K.
4 points you lost.
Yeah.
And it was like a 200,
Yeah.
100 and something dollar fine.
Yeah, I only lost 4 points. Like now you just hand your license over,
Right.
put handcuffs on.
Put handcuffs on.
They take your
car's
car
a
and
cube.
they put it into a bucket box.
Crusher and-
yeah, you get about 2 cents a kilo for it, and whatever it is. And
The copper said to me, if I hadn't have backed off, he wouldn't have got me.
yeah, right.
Because I
Yeah, maybe this Cordia wouldn't have got me, but they were quick. Remember those Cordia turbos?
Yeah.
I don't know when they come out. Maybe 87 was it? 86.
Well, I'm talking 70s when I
Yeah.
got done.
Well, they had then Valiants, the cops, didn't they? They had
no, fastback forward.
XAs and XBs or whatever
Yeah,
they were.
the-
Or XC chasers. Yeah.
The two-door,
two-door, yeah.
the two-door Falcons.
Yeah, that was XCs.
Well,
yeah.
virtually the Cobra style car.
Well, they had those XC police chaser Cobras. Yeah.
He said, mate, I couldn't keep up with you.
Yeah. They're too heavy.
I was only in third gear.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
didn't even pull fourth. But there was 3 of us he got.
Yeah,
I was
right.
in the blue light. Mate, I was miles away when I pulled up.
And
And
you-
he's pointing, he's going, get over here, you. And I'm thinking, oh.
Mate, the cops now are soft. Like in those days, you actually shit yourself when a
Oh, he
policeman
was
came.
pretty good. He wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
He was all right.
I think the last time he wasn't in a Commodore, but it was a Queribara in. When we were going down to Bura actually last year.
Yeah.
One of the boys was doing about 150 through. Would have been somewhere down the highway, about probably half hour out of Yass or wherever. Then we've been 150 through whatever, it'd be 110, and the cops pointed and just gone.
Slow down.
For those
Not
that can't
interested
see
in
the actions
chasing,
on the
yeah.
radio, just
Wave
not
it
interested
down,
in chase,
slow
just
it
waved and give the big slow down, and he's waved out the window and kept going. But
Another time I got done was, and I don't know if anyone know it, Blacksland. So if you were coming back down the mountains and the station's on the left-hand side, there's a hardware store. And you can come out of the hardware store, whatever street that is, and you come out and then you go along and then you're heading down the mountains. I give it a whooping as I come out of that hardware store. Hadn't left first gear, and I hadn't even left first gear, and the police were there. It was like pulling into the pits. You just up it, and he got me for 86 in a 60 zone, and I hadn't left first, so I was just ready to launch, and it was. I was waiting for a tyre change and a new fuel to go in. Got me for 86, bastard. Yeah, good old Holden's, eh? You can play a tune later too. Yeah.
we'll play that before we have a quick break. And you just came back from, was it week 4 last, a 12-hour?
Yeah.
How was that?
Great.
We were up there that weekend as well, yeah. How's the weather? Copping your rain?
Hot, mate.
No, it was hot. There was hot, yeah.
That was that.
That was boiling hot, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then 7 days later we had
Torrential?
torrential 200 mils in the mountains. And
Imagine if they had it then.
we
Oh,
had 114 mils here in Penrith, you know,
yeah.
recorded. Like from
In
9
a day. In a day.
Only
Yeah.
from 9 to the next morning.
Yeah. Which is a ton.
What fell the day before, I didn't even bother looking at.
Imagine what the bookies would pay if you went to a bookie and said, what price are you going to get me? The dam's at 41%. I'm going to tell you in a week it's going to be at 80%.
It went up 10 metres in 24 hours.
Imagine that. The bookie would give you, you go, mate, I'll give
Well,
you
it's same as
10,000.
when it rains. It pours like everyone knows is the background of us and Warren. There's flood warnings now on the Warren community pages about the flooding.
It's going to flood.
Yes.
Like, what a country we live in, eh?
Poor buggers, you can't win for losing. But,
We talked to Craig last week. And
yeah, we did. Yeah, Craig was
there
great.
was a bit of water in the
Yeah,
in the
he had
river.
it,
It was
yeah.
coming from the weir, and
And now they're going to hit
obviously
all the
it's all
markers.
backed up.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's because just obviously the way a river flows, it comes from everywhere. So
yeah,
it's going to sound really stupid when I listen back to that.
yeah, no, that's all right.
And how many times do you go to? How many years have you been going to Bathurst, Tony?
Only a couple now, but
Since you've had the Taj, the great white shark.
yeah, but I went a couple of times. I went in 84. Just drove up at night and watched the race and drove home that day. Then I went in 90 and 91, where the mate had a race to E.H. Holden actually.
Yeah,
in the
right.
sports dance.
91 was 92 when Jim Richards called everyone arseholes, wasn't
No,
it?
I was there.
Yeah. If you have, remember I told you that
That's
time on
when
the
it rained.
corner. Yeah, that was 92.
Okay, I went
Yeah.
91, 92.
Yeah, 90, no, it was 92.
Yep.
pissed down. He was in that Godzilla, whatever you call that black
Yep.
car. Yeah, the Godzilla and.
He was in Godzilla. Right?
Yeah, and do you remember, Tone, back in the day there was like Alan Grice used to drive the Chickadee Commodore,
Yeah,
and then there was the number 42 was the Everlast Commodore. Oh, didn't it? And obviously Everlast exhaust and things. Oh, mate, it had the best note out of any car on the mountain. There, light blue Everlast number 42 Commodore. That was good, and mate, I can Then they ruined it for a while with those little Sierras. I didn't get into those little Sierras. I mean, every time they come up the mountain, there'd be always one parked on the side, where there was number 17, number 05, whatever, some Sierra would break down. But, yeah, some of those, they're nothing like they are now. I mean, they're a lot faster now,
Yeah.
a lot more aerodynamic.
Well, Chamber, who we mentioned, he goes up every year. Though I think there's 6 or 8 blokes go up every year and camp out for the 3 days. And
Right. Yeah.
we'll have to get him on soon as well.
So it'll be a bit different now.
Yeah, so what do they race next year, Tone? Tell people. So what do they race? Okay, there's Ford.
I know.
Ford
There's
and it'll be
Ford
the,
and
Let's
Camrys.
let's try.
We're
and find
we're racing those Kia. What are they called? Kia Sprinter or Kia Spider? What are those?
Stingers.
Stingers.
Ah.
Yeah, they hammer along.
Yeah, but then they'd have to develop an engine, see?
Yeah.
Which would be a V6.
Which would be a turbocharged thing, wouldn't it? V6 turbocharged.
Yeah, like a twin.
Yeah, twin turbo thing.
Yeah, they were talking about that a couple of years ago. They were going to all go.
Because the cops use them now as cop cars. Yeah.
All of Queensland cops run
they're
them,
all Stingers. Yeah, they're.
They're a good looking car.
They are
Big shout
sexy.
out to Kia if you'd like
They are
to
sexy
get on
little
board.
things,
Yeah.
we do need a convoy mobile.
Yeah, we do.
Well, I'll give
We'll
you
take a Kia Carnival.
I'll give you the height of Warragamba Dam at the moment. It's only down 5.1
So what's that, about 81%?
5 metres 100.
Yeah, 81%.
I don't look
Well,
at
it never raged, but after all that rain, there was going to be another 100 mils, 100 to 200 last week, and they're looking having to release water. And it never came. The next second deluge never came.
No, because of that cyclone that was off.
Yeah.
It will rain again over the next 5 days.
Yeah.
It will rain. I don't think it's a massive amount, but the rivers are already full. The creeks that are filling them,
Yeah.
they're already full. So when it does rain, it flows down. It doesn't have to fill them. It's going to go back in.
There was
The Perth Dam's full.
Yeah. Prospect
other-
Reservoir would be full.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah, that doesn't really do much.
But Cordo, Avon, and
They're all
Cataract are all only down a couple of metres.
Yeah.
So
the Nepean Lakes. You've been past that. That is chockers.
Yeah.
That is absolutely chockers.
we went and looked at the river. It just reminded me as Mr. River Road walked past
it's
it.
only just
But it's
only
only
just
starting
settled down in the last 2 days.
It was as big as
Still muddy as, dirty as.
Well, they got Fish Fest this weekend.
Only one thing you'll be fishing for this weekend.
Yeah.
Carp.
Yeah.
That's all you fish for. Carp and
fish
catfish.
Catfish off the bottom.
Yeah,
That's what I said to me.
I saw that
Carp
because I
and
saw it. If we didn't have cricket tomorrow, I was going to message and say that would have been something interesting to be a part of. But I think I do it twice a year.
I won
Yeah.
Fish Fest.
$1,000.
I won
Yeah,
Trout Fest once.
Yeah,
Oh,
Trout Fest was in the lake.
in the lake. So I went out one night.
yeah.
I went out and we went out to Alicia, and I can't remember his name. God love him. Oh, Hank. Hank Schwarko was his name. Hello, Hank. He won't be listening. He'd be an old man now, or older than us.
Is he still with us?
Oh, I don't know. But we got on the piss at Wallacia and they had karaoke. Well, because I was younger than all the people, we had this great night. Well, we're hungover. So I went to Trout Fest. They got these things called power baits. But before anyone could get power baits, I knew people, they're everywhere now. But so I had these power baits. We threw them out. I put the rod in. I threw up on the bank, hungover. I went and just laid down there. Paid me entry fee or whatever. And next minute, the line's going. So I've got this fish. Oh, it feels all right. So you kind of sober up briefly because you're fighting a fish and, your adrenaline's pumped.
Yeah.
So I pull this trout in, and I think it was, I'll say maybe 2 kilos for a trout. So it was one of the biggest ones they put in. So that's a good fish. We kept it in the keeper net down there. Like you were going to kill it anyway.
This up here at Penrith Lakes?
Yeah, this is at the lakes where they water ski at the
Well, so do
Panthers.
they?
Yeah, they put the.
Do they release them on the day, or they grow? They let trout. They
Oh, no, they put it in about a week before.
They stocked it.
Yeah, they stocked it.
That's how they used to do
Yeah,
it.
right.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're cultivating it the rest of the year just to.
No.
It's just
and they need running water to breed anyway and all that.
That's
You've
true,
got to
that's true, that's true.
So anyway, we caught this fish. And this was like 15 minutes after it started, right? So there. We fished all day, no problem. Oh, actually, I think Hank caught another 2, or I might have caught one more, but they're only little. We go into the weigh-in, blah, blah, blah. Who gets the biggest fish? I win $300 worth of Shakespeare gear and $1,000 cash. I won the thing and I was hungover. I thought, how easy is this?
Well, Murph's young bloke won Fish Fest
Yeah, he can fish. Yeah.
probably 5 years ago now. Fish Fest isn't
It's random fish. It's
all
random fish, isn't it? It's random
and
fish.
it's
You
random.
get X amount. I was reading the rules. You're allowed to fish whatever. You get, as long as
But
you're
it's-
in.
But they might have a mystery weight of a carp of 450 grams.
Yeah,
So,
see? Well,
so
they
your fish
spend-
is only this big,
Yeah.
but you win.
Yeah.
You win
Well,
that prize.
It isn't like a market raffle thing.
Yeah.
They'll put
It's
in
like
the
a lucky
smallest
draw.
fish
Yeah.
to the biggest in that.
And it'll pick a random number.
Pick a random number and
whatever
whatever comes
closest.
to it. That's how it
That's
works.
all right.
So if one's up, because with carp you
But it's
can't
all
let
to
them
do
go.
with length now. They don't.
Ah, it's in centimetres, is it? No weight.
There's no killing fish. You take a photo on their brag mat.
Yeah, and you.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to have the.
You got to kill the carp.
No. Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't let them go.
You got to throw them on the bank.
Yeah, you
right?
can't let them go. So yeah, you got to kill them.
But yeah. So you've got your card, right?
Yeah.
With your entry and one of their brag mats, and you measure it on that, and you're only allowed to enter one of each species.
Ah, right.
Right. So what you're trying to do is catch as many different species. So first thing you got to do is when they draw out the species, you got to go, well, at least I've got that species.
You're in with a shot.
Then they go from that to the smallest weight or smallest length to the longest length.
And then it picks a random one in between.
Just goes random and then bang.
You just got to hope you've got that one that was fucking
All
38.2
your-
centimetres and
All your stuff gets entered by your phone now.
right. Yeah, okay.
You got to take the. You got to take.
I mean, the bass and all that. With the bass, you're just measuring it on the brag mat in the boat. Then you're letting the bass go, aren't you? On the spot.
All the fish you let go.
Because back in the day, you used to have to bring them in an esky and an aerator, and they would have been stunned. Like they'd be in shock,
They'd be
and half
rude
of them
anyway.
would die.
Yeah, they're gone anyway. Yeah.
Half of them would die. Like
Yeah.
Oh, the mullet you'd kill, but
the mullet you kill, the carp you kill, the catfish. Well, you can let a catfish go. It's neither here nor there.
you don't need to kill it.
Yeah, you don't need to kill it. But like the bass, if you by some chance you got like a perch or something like something like that, you'd just got to let it go. But they'd come in with these eskies, and people have these aerators that'd pump in a little bit. The things would be like swimming sideways, and
Oh, well, the comp starts, I think,
midnight, isn't it? At night,
No,
or
they get
12.
it's
12 tomorrow, I think, or 1 o'clock.
and it goes all
Through
night.
till 10 o'clock the next day.
Yeah.
So it's good that you can do it now. Take a photo, put the fish back in,
Right.
and you can only enter one of that fish.
Yeah.
You might catch a big one and then think, oh, I'm going to put a small one in here.
Yeah. There's no. It's big because it's on the weight.
Yes.
Yeah, the mystery.
But then there's prizes for the biggest. So.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, that laughter you can hear in the background has got to be Daniel, hasn't it?
That is Dan.
Yeah.
Another one of our tourists.
He's good. He goes away. He doesn't sleep in
He's
his
missing
swag.
Batlow because
He snores like a trooper. Needs a sleep apnea machine. And
he's going to the footy for Batlow, so he'll miss that.
You'd have to send him up 200 yards down the road, wouldn't you?
he's not coming to Batlow.
No, first round footy, he wants to go to the Panthers game. I said there are TVs, but
That saved us.
Yeah.
but everyone else coming. Yeah, Murph and Len Lease is coming.
Len Lease.
No, Lisa, Mrs.
Oh
Murph.
yeah, Mrs. Murph. I thought you said Len Lease. I thought
No, Len Lease.
Len Lease.
That'd be good if Mark
He can come.
Yeah, he can come. Mark can come.
What about Robbie?
Assume so.
Yeah. Robbie go. Alex the Seal. He'll be in.
Yeah, I haven't seen him
No
for a
point
while.
asking Dino.
No.
That was a nice bird. What'd you have for dinner?
Apricot chicken.
Yeah, it's nice. It's
good, yeah, you
I
like
couldn't
that?
fit another thing in.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was nice.
Any other? Well, we might have a quick break in a sec. But any other? You're talking about you had work done on a Holden. Do you remember that story?
What, my engine?
Yeah, didn't you have the spray thing as well? Was that the?
Yeah, no, that was in a Hillman Hunter.
That was too.
That was in a Hillman Hunter.
What about the? What was the story you told in one of the pilots with the market play?
Oh, when we got this is a bit of a story. So and people who know fishing, Tony
You need
knows
to pee.
fishing. Right.
Do you need
So-
to pee or you're right?
I don't need to pee. Why am I
keep going.
fidgeting?
No, just you said you wanted a break, so...
No, we can
going.
do that soon.
Keep going.
So anyway,
This episode gets 3
so
hours.
in winter in the Hawkesbury River, you can catch a fish called a hairtail, and Tony will know what I'm talking about with hairtail.
I've been to a hairtail night.
Yeah, and the hairtail night's good. Geez, you've got to drink a lot. Psychologically, you think it keeps you warmer, but I think it actually makes you colder.
It's a July fish.
Yeah, it's a July to August fish, and they swim like this. They look like talk about Holdens. They look like a HQ bumper bar. It's just a big 6 foot chrome-looking thing that looks like a bolt straight. So anyway, we go down this, and we took my Holden, right, my big car, and then we go down, and I'm going to say Colin Candle Creek, but I could be wrong. It could be somewhere right down the bottom of the windy roads, and we go down. So we're in the middle of nowhere, and it's as black as. So we come across this bloke where we wanted to fish. It's like on a bit of a corner. There's a bit of a parkland there, and you can fish a bit of a wall. You fish with them with either live bait or you fish with them with a pilchard on gang hooks. So you have a siloom stick. They've got bad teeth, so you've got to have a wire trace. You have it on a float, and you can see when you goes through the water, you think. So we pull down. Well, there's a van down there, and Tony will know what this is, an old comma.
Yeah,
remember
comma van.
The old comma van.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right, so we met this old bloke, and his name was Ziggy.
Yeah.
Right, so we meet Ziggy. So we brought a whole heap of grog and all this, and Brack and I do like a fire. So we're down there, we meet Ziggy, and Ziggy's just fishing by himself. He obviously tours around, whatever he does. He had to be 60-something. So we're having all these beers. So we're giving Ziggy, and then we had Zambuca, bottle of, the long Zambuca. Got to keep warm, smoking cigarettes, beanie on, gloves on. It's like it's fucking 2 degrees down there, like it's freezing.
Yeah.
So we're doing this. We get Ziggy, so now we're getting Ziggy hammered, right? And Ziggy's pissed. So we've got to remember, anyone who does listen, I'm not like this now, but this was a long, long time ago, right? So we get Ziggy, he's a bit pissed. So we got his camp chair and all that. So Ziggy nods off and goes to sleep. So Brack starts getting hungry. So he goes, I wonder what food he's got in his car. So we open his comma van, he's got the bed in there, and he's got a little fridge. And we open it, and it's full of like anchovies and sauerkraut, and with a name like Ziggy's, whether he's German or Yugoslavian or whatever he is.
Yeah.
And Brack's just going, and we're hammered. Please remember we're pissed. And Brack's going, this is shit. And he's throwing these food. And we go, we've got to get the fire going. So we were rat bags. So Brack goes, I know how we'll get the fire going. Nothing beats a fire like a good mattress. Right? So we pull the mattress out of his comma van, right? So we lay it on the thing. He goes, fuck, we need some petrol, right? And because he had a little thing of petrol there. He had like a kerosene or whatever he had. And so we tip it on the mattress, and then we made this thing. Well, the mattress is fucking burning, right? Ziggy's still... He's fast asleep in his chair, right? And we're pissing ourselves laughing and all this. So the fire's now going. We've got logs, and it's hammered, and it's Ziggy's asleep here. And if you're going to visage, the water straight in front of him is 15 metres, but the fire's about 3 metres in front of him. So he's toasty and he's pissed. So he's not going to wake up. So we're still drinking for a while, and he's all pissed. We've gutted his whole van now. There's not one thing left in the van. Everything's out of the van, out on the road or burnt or whatever the fuck it is. Right, so Brack goes, what'd be funny? What happens if we sent a little fire under Ziggy's chair, right, while he's asleep? So we get some sticks, and we build this little fire, right? And then Ziggy's asleep, and it was the old, and Tony remember the old metal frame collapsible chair with the strapping, like the seatbelt strapping?
The orange
and
strapping,
yellow strapping.
Yeah.
Well, and Ziggy's asleep. Well, next minute, the fire's only kind of little, and then he starts fidgeting in his chair because his ass is melting, right? So his ass starts melting. Well, then obviously one of the straps did melt, so he sinks down a bit. So then he's obviously woken up. Now his ass is hot because it's burning. So as he stands up, he opens his eyes and runs forward because his ass is burning, but he runs into the fire. So he falls onto the side of the fire. So now he's down for the count, right? This old Ziggy. Well, I laughed that hard that next minute I get chest pains, right? I had these massive chest pains. I could not breathe, and I'm in all sorts. And I'm calling out for Brack. I'm in trouble. I can't breathe. I'm doing all this, and he's going, he just thinks you bullshit him. I said, no. And it went for about 10 minutes. I said, you've got to get me to hospital. And he goes, well, I can't draw. I said, wait, I don't care. I'll take the fine. I'll take whatever. And there was no breathalyzers back then. It was, I think, 0.08, or I think you had to walk in a straight line and count from 10 to 1 backwards. So we had to drive up back up through the thing, and then I remember we had to come along down Mona Vale Road or whatever you had to do, and all I could find to get air into me, I rolled up a piece of paper or a bit of cardboard and hung it out the window and put it in my throat. So then the air would come into my throat. Like I thought I was going to die. Right, so we come down. Anyway, we pull up at Mona Vale Hospital. Right, that's the closest thing that we could find. There's no GPSs in those days. So we park in the car park and we get out of the car. And you got to remember, I had harnesses, and then I had Recaro seats in the car. So it was a fucking pain in the ass to get out of the seats, like when you're normal. And I get out and I go, oh, you know what? I feel a bit better. And he goes, you're shitting me, aren't you? And like we were flying along, and he goes, you're shitting me. I think I feel better. I don't know. I do. So we stood there for a while, and then we had a smoke, and then I go, no, I'm all right. He goes, well, okay, we've got beer, and then so we had some beer. So we sat there for a while. You can't just sit in my car. Like when you
Meanwhile, Ziggy's running over.
Ziggy's probably, I don't even know what happened to Ziggy. Oh, by the way, and then with Ziggy, what about Ziggy? Tony will love this. When we was there and he's asleep, his float went under, right? Well, he was left-handed, obviously. And my mate Brack, he wasn't much of a fisherman. So Brack goes, oh, catch this thing. So he's trying to win. He goes, there's not even a fucking handle on the reel. Like it's on the other side. So he's trying to win now. So then he holds the rod upside down and he's winding back. He goes, oh, this is a piece of shit. So he just throws the whole rod and reel in the water. It's got a fish on the end of it. So anyway, so we're in the car park. So we're in this car park at Mona Vale Hospital, and I didn't even go in and check, and blah, blah, blah. So then we go, right, we've got to go to sleep. Oh, we lost a bit of sound.
No, keep going, that's right.
Yeah.
It's just a noise gate kicking.
Right, and then so I said we're going to have a sleep, and it's pretty uncomfortable sitting in these seats, and you're trying to go to sleep. But anyway, we nodded off, and then at about 7:30 the next morning, I've just woken up and opened my eyes, and I'm in the hospital car park, and I look around, and there's people everywhere, and they're all like old people. Like you got to remember we're 18 at this stage or whatever, so they're all old people. Even if they're 50, they're old.
Yeah.
I look around, I go, and I tap Brack. He was still in my seat, in the driver's seat. I go, hey, wake up. He goes, what? I said, I think we're in a bit of trouble here. He goes, what? I said, there's a lot of people milling around the front of my car. We didn't kill anyone, did we? Like there's not someone strapped to the grill. So we open it and then we have a look. Right, okay. Eyes are open, we get out. We're in the middle of like an ivy market. Like they've set up all their tables around our car, all these women, and we look and there's tables with like coat hangers on it. Someone selling, chutneys and mint jams, and then there's someone selling plants.
The doilies that you see in the toilets that you never buy anymore.
Someone selling clothes that they've spent 2 years to make a jumper and selling it for 2 and 6 or whatever. So we went, oh shit, how are we going to get out of here? So we asked a couple of people if they could move some tables. And then, they were a bit put out, but whatever. So start the car. Well, as you start the car, the noise is horrendous, as you can imagine. Twin 2.5-inch straight pipe Chevy drops out of a 350 Chev, and this thing's just, and you can't just start it and drive away like a new car. Like, things have got to warm up in these days. And what do I have on the front of a 650 double pumper? Tony will know what that is, right? So I had this car, so it's sucking in air, it's doing everything it's got to do. These old ladies and old men are mortified. Well, there's no power steering. I had a wood grain, I'll say 10-inch steering wheel, whatever it was. There is no power steering. You cannot turn the wheel without moving. And Tony will appreciate this. You must roll for the wheels to be able to turn. Well, we're going back, forward. This is absolute bullshit. Hang on to yourself, Brack. He goes, what? I went, we've got to spin this. So I just went, put the thing and just put the accelerator down. Well, next minute, and because it was automatic, kind of line locked it, but turned the wheel so the thing started spinning. Well, there's black tar coming off from the cupboard. There's just smoke now starting to fill this car park. The people, all their tablecloths have all got black shit on there from behind, because I had limited slip diffs, so both tyres are spinning. We spin this thing around. We get to where we had to go straight through the tables, and then we just drive away at about 10k an hour. And just drive through, never to be seen again. Yeah, very good times in a Holden. A lot of fun times.
Anything else for you, Tony?
No, I'm still worried about Ziggy.
I know,
Ziggy played guitar. Ziggy's long gone.
He's stardust at the moment. My only Holden memory, my first car was a VY, and it cucked out somewhere in the M4 and just fucked traffic for about 4 hours one afternoon. So all across Sydney.
New cars still do that now.
Yeah,
first car.
Yeah.
That is my car.
Yeah, he's got about 12 of them.
I know, you got any spares?
He's got colour, every sort of colour. Look, his driveway driveway's like a rainbow sometimes
yeah,
of
yeah.
VYs.
Only 4. I've got 4.
And if I can tell you, there is a pot of gold up that driveway if you go there. Let me tell you, it's a real rainbow.
Is that what you call Sue? Is it Tone? Or is it-
I know Sue listens to this. Yes, yeah, he does quite often. Yeah, quite often.
She gave me a rev up when I was leaving.
Did she?
Oh, you're in trouble.
You're not going down to hang out with those
Head off.
fucking
What do they
idiots?
call you? Producer? What are you?
Senor Spielbergo.
Big
Well,
shout out to Sue.
Why don't we do? Did we have a little tune to go out for a little
Have a
break
little
or
break?
not?
You can do that. Yeah.
Tony will appreciate this little tune. He'll love
Talk
it.
amongst yourselves while I find it.
So, Tone, do you like stuff?
Oh, I like heaps of stuff.
I went to Tone's today. I cut his grass today.
Did you? How was she?
Yeah, it's just all right.
Here we go.
She's got to come home to let him in the backyard because we got a child-proof gate on the pool area and it's child-proof. all
Yeah,
right.
I can't do it.
Even the lawnmower man can't open it.
Oh, you're safe from the back door then.
What about this for a classic?
Australia, what's your favourite sport?
Football.
Snake?
Pies.
Animal?
Kangaroos.
And what's your favourite car, Australia?
Holden.
Let me see, that's football, meat pies, kangaroos and Holden cars, huh?
Right.
Well, you sure sound like Australia to me.
We are.
Well, then you better tell me again, because I just might forget.
We love football, meat pies, kangaroos, and Holden cars. Football, meat pies, kangaroos, and Holden cars.
That's football, meat pies, kangaroos and Holden cars.
Football and meat pies, kangaroos, and Holden cars.
I think you better tell me again.
We love football, meat pies, kangaroos, and Holden cars.
In case you're wondering, this commercial is brought to you by football, meat pies, kangaroos, and Australia's own car.
They go together underneath the southern star.